Um, for many people, we've seen Fiddler on the Roof. And in Fiddler on the Roof, if you know the story, Tevye breaks tradition, allows his first daughter to marry somebody that she likes, that she loves. Second daughter runs off with a revolutionary. And the third daughter runs off with a Cossack, a non-Jew. And at that point, Tevye makes a very interesting comment. He said, all I did was pull out one little string, and where has it led? In other words, he's saying that he stopped being so traditional, following halacha and many things, and suddenly there's a whole disaster in the family as one daughter is rejecting everything. And that's one of the things that this week's parsha comes to teach us. When you pull out one little string, it can affect a lot of things down the road. Because then what happens is people think that they can get away with a lot of little things. They're not so tied to doing what's right. And we see this, by the way, on a regular basis, that you see people, they start off and they mean well. They're not bad people. And that's an important thing to remember. The people guilty in this are not bad people. They're just and just not understanding the effect of their actions will have down the road. What we call the slippery slope. And the slippery slope, so that you say, well, that's not so big. And then suddenly you're confronted by things you never thought possible. Um, and you say, wait a minute, where did we go wrong? I remember when they spoke about abortion back when they passed the Roe v. Wade, and said, oh, it's only going to be a few people. Then they changed it to, we'll have the abortion, but it'll be rare. And now we talk about abortion rights. You have the right to an abortion for any reason. So in other words, we've gone from safe but rare to, well, whatever you feel like. And this is what the Parsha is coming to teach you, that when you go down that slippery slope, it ends up with disaster. And we see this. Remember that in the second time we read about Amalek, the paragraph before Amalek says that you have to have accurate weights and measures. And Rashi points out it's no accident that the parsha about accurate weights and measures comes before Amalek. Because when you mess up like that, you will, in the end, have to deal with Amalek. He's looking for any hole. I mean, as we all know, it's no accident that Hamas struck when they did, because before that, you had all those big demonstrations against the government, and they figured, okay, the country's weak. And now we see what happens. Something to think about, and unfortunately, we don't have a minyan.